towards the end of last season, everybody asking that question, when can I get tickets? Once they went on sale, guys, they went quick. Bobcats are here to bring you the action, at least in the first period, alongside Ken Cal and Larry Fergert.
But Vinny scored a really good goal, and what really impressed me is his speed down the wing and his way to get to the front of the net. Beautiful goal.
And he's got some size to him, and the thing we point out, Ken, is Larry and I, we saw him 2 years ago when he came out of his completion of his junior season in Kamloops. He looked okay, but last year the difference.
A little bit on the bench right now.
The Red Wings a shortened camp up in Traverse City, even shorter next year from my understanding, Ken.
Schedule
the 84-game schedule going to be introduced, and we're talking about starting at the end of September, the regular season, to fit all those games in. Of course, they'll enter an 82-game regular season soon, and training camp and exhibition games underway, and the exhibition season starts Tuesday night at Little Caesars Arena. Correct.
That's right, and it was a good opportunity just moments ago right there too, Bob and Larry, for Seeger, who was off to the.
He was there and had a decent season a year ago. His rookie campaign here in Grand Rapids. Here's Marco Kasper. Boy, talk about a guy who's really turned out to be a dandy. How about that shot? Alex DeBrincat from the left wing circle, snapping one into the upper right-hand corner. And the white team jumps on top. 3:10 into the opening period.
Boy, we talked about Marco Kasper really driving the bus here in Grand Rapids. He had a great season up with Kenny and the Wings last year. Pretty effort to get that over the line and get it crossed. And DeBrincat, Mr. Cal said, maybe DeBrincat gets 40 this year. You shoot him like that, you're going to get 40 this year. What a pretty shot. Time in Grand Rapids, and that offense just keeps growing.
One of those guys that goes hard to the front of the net.
Red team coming out with the puck up ice. They go on the left wing. A shot there by. Still not sure how many we hosted back in. Most of them were in the early 2000s, Larry, and but they were all sellouts. They were just created a buzz here in West Michigan like you would not believe, and certainly that has returned here over the last couple of weeks. One shot from the point. That one found its way through and might have clipped the mask of.
First overall pick is wearing uniform number 41 for the Red Wings this past draft.
Yeah, but 82 points in 56 games last year.
Soderblom in. Shot, score! Elmer Soderblom snapping a wrister between the legs of Cam Talbot to put the white team up 2-0.
That's the biggest thing we've seen about Elmer and his growth in Grand Rapids and his time in Detroit. He's just got such incredible hands for a big man. You watch the replay as he comes over the line, just pushes it into his feet a little bit, pulls it, and then fires it back. It appeared near side for the 2-0 lead on Cam Talbot.
Amadeus Lombardi makes the good play there, Larry. Yep. Drops the puck to Soderblom, then takes it.
As he calls it, play hockey, but get your foot on the gas and go after the opposition.
And it sounds like for Todd McClellan, he wants to have a lineup that he's going to start the season with about 2 or 3 games in the preseason remaining. So could be that the Griffins, for those of you Grand Rapids fans, might have their team assembled here sooner than normal in anticipation of their first game on October the 10th down in Austin, Texas. Red Wings, of course, the night before, Ken, will host the Montreal Canadiens on October the 9th.
Ken, how difficult the Atlantic is. You need someone to fall off. Boston has fallen off in recent years, but here comes Ottawa and Montreal, etc. So it's going to be tough in that division.
A lock, if there is such a thing, to make the playoffs. And what does that leave the Red Wings with? How many spots might be available? Now, here comes the Red across the line. Oh, great save is John Gibson moving from his left to scoreboard.
Yeah, great push from the left to right side there. And we talked about getting better, consistent goaltending in Detroit. I mean, and Ken will test it.
Who will very likely begin the season with Grand Rapids. Big, rangy, right-handed shooting defenseman. Got to work on that skating.
Yeah, that's pretty much, isn't it? Foot speed case. Otherwise, he's got the size. He's got a fantastic shot.
Emmett Finney just got spun around, and he exited the ice on the white team bench. He's wearing red, and he's obviously in a lot of pain.
No, that's not good.
He's the guy working on him, so I think it's an equipment issue.
Which
Well,
is great.
Thank goodness, yeah. Lay down the white zone to our
nice.
right puck taken away. In front score. Look at that shot. Jonathan Berggren. Boy, we're seeing some of these guys that really need to emerge and have big seasons for Detroit. We were talking earlier about that. Rasmussen, Berggren, another one, and each of them have scored goals in this one.
Well, we've seen him be a top goal scorer in the American Hockey League, the entire league. That's a great example of why he buried that one upstairs. But Ken talked about the earlier setup before that. Lagesson does a great job here, off to the side of the net, and then just rolls it out in the shooting lane, puts it right in one game.
Soderblom, as we mentioned, had one of the goals. The commitment to community, too. And
yes,
a city like Grand Rapids, not near as big as Detroit. You get out there and do as much as Dominic Shine does, and even the non-hockey fans are going to eventually meet him, and everybody impressed with him. Terrific young guy.
Amen.
You got the Larkin line against the Casper line out there, so you got head-to-head action here.
There you go. That's good.
Long shot from the right point through traffic, found its way through to Gibson, who made the save. 4-10.
The franchise with the affiliate here.
And you know what? Every fan has a uniform on. It looks like
It
a
does.
red or white sweater.
It does.
Red Wings cruising in. Good rink-wide pass. Francis Nygaard, boy, much like Casper was the year before, he might have been the best player in the playoffs for Grand Rapids
Yeah.
that season, Larry.
We have a penalty coming.
Yeah, penalty coming up against
An
the
elbowing, I think.
Who got the high sticking call?
And that might be the most anticipated guy to come to Grand Rapids in quite a while.
So much so, Larry, I remember he was set to make his pro debut, and that he did, and did not disappoint, although I think he would be the first one to tell you he was a little more overwhelmed by the American Hockey League than most people had thought, even himself.
Yeah, I think watching him, you could tell there's going to be an adjustment with it.
Sider with the puck to Kane, and here's a look at one of the most dominating power plays ever. Sider cruising down the slot with a shot, the save and the rebound. Oh, nice stop there by Cam Talbot. And now
Someone's always trying to take the job, too. So.
Back in the olden days, he'd have about 4 or 5 fights in training.
by now,
Yeah.
Yeah,
under a minute left.
you'd have seen about 6 fights already in this red-white game.
Now Leonard with
nice.
a puck right. Oh, good play there. Puck kind of rolled off his stick when he went to pull the trigger, and therefore the shot missed the goal. But the Wings holding it in. Cup, another chance on a shot that's knocked down. Out in front, lifted up over the glass, but deflecting into the seat. Probably make the playoffs if it's a little better last year. Here's Kane now, up the ice through center ice. He'll scoop it in on the right side, a return pass. That one knocked down as DeBrincat tried to get it back to him. 12 seconds to go. Here's Con. Legend, no doubt. We talked about the legends that came to Van Andel Arena in the past as members of the Red Wings, and the legends to be in the current form of the Wings with Larkin and DeBrincat and Kane and Sider, etc. And, of course, up here in the broadcast booth, the legendary Ken Cal.
The people's announcer.
The people's announcer will call the action in period number 2, and this is the final 20 minutes of hockey in this format.
Well, thanks, Bob. Thanks, Larry. Great to be here, and we certainly enjoy the people watching on our stream. And also, here's JT Comfrey. Mix it up a little bit with Mo Sider at the end of the first period. Moves down the ice and sweeps it in behind the team white goal. Jacob Bernard Docker goes in after it. Centering attempt comes back into the high slot. Justin Hall with a shot, and he hit the goal post. He just missed, tying it up for Team Red right there.
Wow.
Looked like it might have hit the crossbar in the post where it meets.
Oohs and ahs from the crowd here as Team Red tried to tie it up. Now a puck stolen in front. Lombardi to Soderblom, scores right there.
He and Casper both with 3 shots apiece in the opening period to lead the way.
Got 2 different goaltenders in. We'll get to the update just a moment. Here's Larkin, picks it up, shoots, and that one's blocked right out in front of the goal. Raymond on the rebound, sidestep the check up to DeBrincat. Now rolls it into the corner for Sider, tapped it in behind the team white goal. Sebastian Kosa in the goal to our right. wearing uniform number 33, and that's Michael Postava in goal for Team White right now.
Yeah, a guy that we'll see here in Grand Rapids this year with Kosa. At least that seems to be the plan right now.
Actually, Postava had a pretty good year in the Czech League last. And there's a player that's not here today that'll help on the power play, probably on the second unit on the power play, and James Van Riemsdyk. Veteran player who knows how to put the puck in the net.
He's had a lot of success. I mean, it's been a while now, but he's had a lot of success in the league doing that.
All right, let's see what happens right here as it's Team Red trying to get back into this game. They trail by a pair. Sandy Pellica, a little behind the back feed to Berggren, who has a goal. Berggren scooping it up now, left circle, floats it down low, pass out in front, rolls back towards the line of Berggren again.
Nice job to try to get that on front from Comfer.
Pellica, right circle, feed, a shot, and
He's got great athleticism, moves so well side to side for a big guy. Then there's times when he struggled, so they're hoping year 4 gets him over the hump here.
Yeah, more so down the stretch, you remember.
Yeah.
Larry, too, when they started rotating the 3 goaltenders that were here last year, and that kind of disrupted Kosa, according to him. He likes to play on a more consistent, regular basis.
Well, that makes sense, too.
There's Raymond now, still on the power play. Stick handling, moves it back towards the blue line. Raymond gets the feed again into the high slot. Surveying the situation, rolls it down low, left side of the ice. Swung back to the line. Raymond, right circle feed to Danielson. Fumbled the puck a little bit. Rolls it back to the point to Gustafson. In the slot, a shot taken. That's off his stick and out of play.
So Jimmy Howard took 4 years in Grand Rapids before he graduated to the National Hockey League. Jimmy Howard turned out to be a great goaltender in National Hockey League, 3-time All-Star. I think Kosa's got maybe a little more upside, Larry, than...
Yeah, I would think so.
You know, I mean, there's no doubt. And then you add that Trey Augustine to the mix. Oh, my goodness. If those two guys both pan out.
Did he get them up? And some have been there in Detroit, but there's a lot of kids coming with potential to be Red Wings in the next 2 years.
Here's Kane to Casper, moving in with a shot, and he fired it wide. Kosa looked behind him for a moment there. That was a blistering shot from the right point. Puck came out to center. Sider shot it back in, and they tag up. And now behind the net. Lucas Raymond on his horse to pick it up, and now he moves ahead. Cuts to the center of the ice, out towards the center ice circle. Raymond up across the line, drops it over to Dylan Larkin, who poked it to Raymond, who swished it around the board. Finney after the puck. Sider jammed it away from him. Finney continues to work, got it to Larkin down low. Swings in behind the Team White goal, laid it back towards the blue line. Hall with a shot, and he fired that one wide. Of course, all teams now in the NHL, they like using that point man and getting that big booming shot. Who would you say has a really around the near side boards? 3-1 hockey game in favor of Team White. Soderblom leading the way offensively with a couple of goals. Brinkett scoring the opening goal of the game. Berggren for Team Red. Kind of a sneaky pass right there, Larry, through the goal mouth.
Tied up, was kind of off his balance, and still was able to slide it through the cross. Nobody to connect with, though.
Here's Sider moving in with a shot. That's blocked right out in front. Out to center ice, and Danielson is knocked down from behind as the play continues back into the Team Red zone.
Sider's having fun today. He's engaged with everybody.
So sure he was expecting that here today,
I
but
don't think so.
certainly got involved. Long shot taken, that's knocked away. Christensen fired that one from the blue line.
He was a beloved player here. People knew he was going to be a great player in the NHL and an all-star, and they really enjoyed his efforts here.
Patrick Kane wanted to one-time the shot, but it got a little bit in front of him as he could not stop it. Now Marco Kasper sends it out in front. A sneaky backhand looking for a tip in front. Kosa knocked it away with some help.
Yeah, nice little job just spin play-by-play when you're not here. I'm not touching that when Ken Cal's in the building as well.
Got to get the rust out, Larry.
Yeah.
All right, puck in behind the goal. Rasmussen scooping it up.
Nice.
Dropped it back towards the line. Held in nicely there, and it's shot wide of the goal. Tipped in front by Kopp. I think the Red Wings are looking to have a good year from Kopp. He was a little bit injured towards the end of last season. But good two-way forward, and expect a lot of good things from him this year.
And he was playing pretty well right before that injury, wasn't he, Ken?
Yep. Kopp will pick it up, swing it up the right side, held in. Here's a shot, tipped out in front, and Kosa in the right position to make the save.
Appleton, I think, reached out away from the net, got that off the heel of the stick, and changed that direction for the save by Kosa.
And Bob, that's a play. Always a crowd favorite here in Grand Rapids, and he'll dump it in.
He changed a lot of players here, Ken. Just that people obviously feel a little safer with him around, but his energy was infectious on this team, and he played a big role for the Griffins last year. Scored a lot of goals, too.
Just a great guy, too. Had a nice long conversation with him. last season as a shot's taken, and Kosa in a crouch position comes up with a glove hand.
It's tough. Another team, too, guys, is New Jersey. They dealt with a lot of injuries last year, and you've got to know they're going to be stay healthy. They'll be a really tough team.
Yeah, and right there we just named off, about 6 of the 8 spots already?
Out of those, like, who's a lock? Like, Florida's a lock. Carolina.
Well, they had a really good year last year.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Here's DeBrincat making his way in. Tried to play it across the cane. He was bothered. The puck now scooped up and lifted out to center ice. Brandsegg Nygaard got it up across the line. Now in after it, hustling after it is John Leonard. Back to the blue line it comes. Johansson hands it off. Shot down by Bernard Docker and around the end boards. Docker's not going to score you a lot of goals, but he's pretty solid back there on the blue line. Bernard Docker with a shot from the line. Save made. Estava, and the rebound cleared off to center ice.
Yeah, Brandsegg Nygaard's a guy, too, we're going to get a chance to watch here. Look out.
Here's Kopp moving in, and he got the shot away. Kosa looked behind him on the rebound chance taken by Michael Rasmussen, went in behind him.
I think it may have went off the post behind.
I'd like to see his numbers pick up a little bit, Michael Rasmussen.
Yeah, absolutely. Big guy. He does a nice job protecting the puck with his physicality. He was a big goal scorer before he came here. I don't think they necessarily need him to be that.
Oh, good play. Danielson across the shot. They score right there. Finney.
Wow.
Picking it up off the left side, shooting it in. It's a 1-goal game, 3-2.
We talked about Lucas Raymond setting up plays, and boy, was this a pretty little feed across. You just wait. We'll give you looking on the replay here. Look at him chip around the defenseman, and then Raymond at the top of the circle fakes the shot and then puts it right across in the perfect spot for the empty net goal. That's a pretty goal, and we've got a 1-goal hockey game now at 3-2.
Well, the rust is not settled in. I called him Daniels.
They can do it.
Well, they're knocking on the door, but so is Montreal, so is Ottawa.
Right.
I mean, I know they were in, but there's a lot of other improvements.
What about Buffalo?
Right. You
Never
never know about
Columbus.
Buffalo. Sooner or later, it has to work for Buffalo, doesn't it?
We talked about Finney in our pregame show, and he scores the goal to make it a 1-goal game.
It's going to be interesting to see what he does in the preseason. Ken gets a chance to play with those guys as well.
Raymond trying to make a play, stopped a little bit there by Kane, and a little help from Ben Sherratt as that puck goes into the right corner. Carter Bear got it back towards the blue line. Berggren, who has a goal in the game, hands it off. Sandin Pellikka left circle feed in front, and it's sent back to the blue line by Carter Bear. Nobody there, and that puck slides across the team red line.
Sandin Pellikka is a guy who all Grand Rapids is going to be keeping an eye on early this season.
Sider just laid out Bear, by the way.
Mo's got it going tonight, doesn't he?
He's been involved, no doubt about it.
5 big hits in the hockey game, 4 belong to Mo Sider.
From the line, Pellikka with a wrist shot, and that's knocked away out in front. And Postava may have gotten a piece of it as it rolls back towards the right point. Well, the puck comes to Sandin Pellikka. Backhands that puck into the corner. Berggren check, moved it down low to Comfer, who rolls it back to Berggren.
Nice.
To the line, good passing. Looks like Team Red got a little bit of a jump after that last goal by Finney. Appleton lost his stick. The puck comes out to center ice, and here's Berggren charging up across the line, and another penalty coming up. Berggren trying to feather it out in front.
Although I'm not so sure. None of the refs called the penalty. They just decided it's a penalty somewhere because no one's got their arm up.
Unless they're just getting an extra guy on.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it is with
yeah.
a minute 24 to go. Didn't look at the clock, but yep, they're trying to pull out all the stops right here.
Training camp for the broadcasters, too.
All right, Berggren has it in the corner. Team Red trying to tie it up here. They've got the extra attacker on the ice. Raymond, a lot of firepower out there for Team Red right now. Gustafson at the right point. Moves into the circle, drops it back. Pass across now. Raymond, long shot through traffic, and that one ends up into the corner with a minute to go, and Team White will shoot it down the ice. It's be an icing call.
Paid it around here, and we'll see Larkin in the bumper. Watch him try to work it down low, back out in front to Larkin in the bumper. That's what I'm going with. Nice clean draw win. That starts it.
Gustafson with a blast. He fired it wide. Red needs a goal here to tie it up, and Raymond couldn't hold it in.
That's another guy, Ken. Can he start producing like he once did? Gustafson.
Up across the line now, Larkin. Danielson tried to play it back down. It got blocked a little bit. Sider rolls it around the boards. Danielson knocked it down with his stick. Time winding down, 30 seconds to go. The puck is batted behind the net. Larkin in the corner, shovels it around the left side. Back to the blue line, it comes to Gustafsson. Hands it off, Red Wings regroup now. Outside rim of the left circle, Raymond shooting it down into the corner. Danielson to Raymond again. Time winding down, gotta hurry, here's a shot. And that one was saved by Postava. The puck came from the slot. Raymond worked it to the blue line, but it was in behind the point.
Just a good time for everybody. Here you go with the shootout, Ken.
Rock, paper, scissors. Who's calling it?
You
I guess
are.
I will. Okay, here
You
comes
got
Raymond.
Raymond.
Over the line. Moves wide to the left circle. Takes his time, makes his way in on Postava. Shoots and scores.
Nice little fake on the shot. Got the goaltender to bite. As soon as he did, pulled it to his right and put it home. And the Red get the first goal here in the shootout.
All right, Larry, you got this one.
No, you got the white case. I'm
All
just
right,
the color guy.
I'll take Marco Kasper. What kind of a sophomore season will he have? I think it's going to be huge. Here's Kasper right in. Look at that move and a goal for Marco Kasper. Oh my, did he undress?
Thank goodness we have video of that. And that would be a tough one to call on radio. Sold going across to the right, came back to the left, put it into the small.
All right, Larry, go ahead.
All right, Dylan Larkin walking in, going to fake to the backhand little forehand shot. That one stopped rather easy.
Nice call.
All right, thanks.
You got a future. There's Alex DeBrincat.
He scored the first goal of the hockey game tonight.
All right, here's DeBrincat going wide to the right side this time. Cuts to the Meyer logo and backhands it, and a save made by Kosa.
Nice job reaching out there by Sebastian Kosa. Push it away.
Jonathan Berggren wasting no time. Gobbles up the puck, angling in. Forehand scores. He put it right over the right pad of Postava with a nifty little move.
Same kind of thing, going from right to left, put a little fake shot on and then pulled it back right into space and beat him.
All right, Larry.
Oh, you're up with Patrick Kane, buddy.
Kane moves in, slows down, stick handles, ran out of time, and Kosa stood move for move with him and made the save.
He does do a great job of just slowing down, and I don't know how goaltenders know where the heck to go when 88's going in on him.
All-time leader in the National Hockey League in shootout goals, by the way, Patrick Kane. Here's Nate Danielson in with the attempt for the red team and stopped as he tried to go 5-hole, and Postava shut the door on him.
Yeah, nice job staying with him even though he was moving from his right to his left.
All right, Larry, here's Kopp. Moving in, backhand, scores. Wow, that's a major league shot right there.
Yeah, straight down the ice on the goaltender, so he doesn't know you're going right or left, and he's a left-handed shot, pulls it to the right side and just flips it up and over. That's difficult to stop and very difficult to do as well. Here's your number one pick, Case.
Carter Bear. Stick handling in, went to the backhand, one too many moves there. The puck rolled away from him.
Did it roll off his stick?
Yeah, it did.
Stick, yeah.
But I think if he holds on to it, he made the move to get some space. Here's the former Griffin.
All right, Michael Rasmussen with a wrist shot, trying to beat Kosa, who made the save.
Kosa's locked in now.
2-2 it appears in the shootout, if I remember correctly.
JT Comfer for the red team, angles in. Shot, a good save. Getting the glove on it was Michael Postava.
Yeah, Postava just stayed with him. Got it on the left side. Made it look pretty easy, actually.
Right,
Here's the big guy with 2 goals tonight. Did he get a third?
Soderblom moves in. Angles towards the middle of the ice. Fakes, shoots, and a save made by Kosa.
Yeah, nice job staying with it. Boy, Elmer's left-handed shot pulling that to his backhand to the right side. He's got Kosa going that way, and then Kosa is to bounce back to the left side when Soderblom went to the forehand.
Ransek Nygaard cutting in and never really had complete control of that puck.
Now that kid may have done that there. From what I saw of him last year, real briefly here, Case, he's going to adjust to the physicality of the NHL and the AHL faster than most people. Yeah, he's going to be good.
Here's Lombardi now making his way in towards the front. Backhand scores. Rock me, Amadeus.
Rocket indeed. Pulled that one to his backhand and really
had himself a pretty good day.
Out with it pretty well. And they're going to say that is it. It's going to be a 3-2 white shootout win, a 3-2 white win, and a fun night here at Van Andel Arena as you get a look at.
Got a t-shirt, some nice. There we go, Mo Sider. Thank you again, Detroit